I am going to really quickly take you through this PowerPoint that I've done up. The aim of this is to be able to write focus questions. You'll note that on your research booklets it is referred to as inquiry questions. The terms are interchangeable, so you can say focus questions, you can say inquiry questions. I'm going to be saying focus questions. So let's quickly get through this. And this is in lieu of not having a lesson tomorrow. So our learning objective is to write relevant focus questions. Okay, why do we need focus questions? What are they? Focus questions guide our research. So when we have a really huge topic like the one that we're doing at the moment for ancient China, what we want to be able to do in order to adequately look at the profound impact that this person or this invention has had both on ancient China and the modern world today, we want to break that down into little smaller questions. It makes it really easy then when you're going to do your research and you're reading a book or you're looking at a website and you're going, okay, there's lots of information here and I don't know what to take down because I don't really know what's going to help me answer my question and really argue my point effectively. Our focus questions, and you can have 4, 5, 6, 7, it doesn't really matter, however many you have, what they should do is guide your research so that you are breaking the task up into small little manageable chunks, and that way you can look at a particular focus question and go, I'm going to answer this one, and you go and look at a couple of books, a couple of websites, and you take down as many notes as you can, and then you're done, and you move on to the next question. So you're scanning your text for specific information rather than just reading it with the broader context of the task in mind. So it really helps you to be focused during the research process. The analogy that is listed there on your screen is that focus questions are like signposts and they help you to get to your destination. So good signposts mean that you get to your destination more quickly and easily, and you won't waste time going down the wrong path in research. So how do I write a good focus question? Girls, all good focus questions should really begin with who, what, when, where, why, and how. The first 4 are really good background questions, or what I would call foundational questions, so they really help to set the scene for yourself. If we're talking about paper, for example, which is one of the inventions you could choose, who invented paper? What is paper? When was paper invented? Those sort of things. Or who was Genghis Khan? What kind of achievements or what kind of things was Genghis Khan known for? Those things that help you get to grips with your topic and that are really quite easy, so kind of getting you warmed up to the whole research process. The why and the how are your deeper questions. So if we think about the analogy I gave today in RE, going along the surface on the water in a boat, they're the kind of who, what, when questions. You're just sort of picking up bits of information on the surface. The why and the how when we get in our submarine and we go deeper into the ocean. So our inquiry questions will really help us get to grips with what the task, the heart of the matter really. They're good for when you need to explain. So if I go back to my paper example, why was paper invented? How was it created? What method was used? That's digging deeper into our topic rather than the surface level questions. And we'll have a look at how that plays out. So I've just done a little practice example, and the topic that I've chosen, trying to word it similar to the impact of the inventional person, but investigate the impact homework has had on students. Investigate the impact homework has on students. So I've written some focus questions that one might come up with if that was a topic that they were doing for a research task. Before I click to the next slide, could you pause the recording for me, sit down and have a bit of a think about how you might break that topic up using some or all of those research questions. And I've forgotten how, I can see, so I'll just go back. So who, what, when, where, and blah, blah, blah. Who, what, when, where, what. Okay, I'll try again. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. Use all or some if you can. I'm really backwards today. Use some or all if you can. And try to come up with breaking down this topic a little bit. So remember, surface level questions and then getting deeper. Okay, so here's some that you might have come up with. What is homework? Who sets homework? What are some of the benefits of doing homework? What are some of the negatives of doing homework? Why do teachers set homework? How does doing homework impact students' results? And how does homework contribute to students' long-term development? So you can see that at the beginning we were doing the surface level questions. What's homework? What are the benefits? Who sets it? And then we get a little bit deeper, remembering our topic is to investigate the impact that homework has on students. Impact meaning, does it change them at all? What are the consequences of homework? So why are teachers setting homework? What are some of the studies saying about why we do homework? What benefit does it have on our learning? How does doing homework impact results? Is there a correlation there? How does homework contribute to students' long-term development? Does it help them with their cognitive processes, their inductive reasoning, etc.? So you're getting a little bit deeper with your how and your whys. That's obviously not an exhaustive list. You might have come up with lots of good ones that I've missed, and there's more that you could have in there certainly. But what you can tell, and I'll just go back, is that the person arguing this, this person, if these were someone's focus questions, it set them up really nicely to be able to argue that there's going to be benefits to doing homework and that it will impact students' results and cognitive function and contribute to their long-term development. If you were going to argue that it was negative and that it was, maybe you thought that homework stunted people socially and that they, physically, that, people should be out being active, etc., you'd totally change those focus questions around. So you'd have things like, how does doing homework negatively impact students' physical well-being? How does homework prevent students from socialising in after-school sports or extracurricular activities? So you can always, I know that's probably a little bit off topic, but whenever you want to argue something, think about what you want to argue, and then you can try to change your focus questions to give you the slant that or the particular angle that you're looking for. With our ancient China, we're not really going with any particular angle. We're just trying to find out information about the invention or about a significant person from Chinese culture and have a look at their impact. And all of them are obviously there because they've either had a significant impact on Chinese culture or the invention itself has had a significant impact on Chinese culture. So you're not going to be looking for an angle, but what you will be doing is trying to write focus questions that are similar to these in terms of surface level and then going deeper. Another thing is that when you come across new topics or because you may not know about a particular person, and as you find more information about them, it is perfectly normal to add extra questions in or take questions out, depending on what you find in your research. So let's get to ancient China. I have done up some focus question examples for the following: Genghis Khan, Confucius, and paper. What I don't want to see is you taking these examples and putting them straight into your books. And I will be checking to make sure you haven't just copied these down on Monday. But these are a guide, okay? So I want you to think about how you can break your topic down into a way that you understand and that will make it easy for you to be able to research because this is your assignment. So with paper, I said who invented paper? When was it invented? How was paper invented? So what was the method for creating paper? What were the benefits of new paper making techniques? How did it affect Chinese society? What new use of paper or subsequent inventions were developed as a result, if any? And how did the invention of paper help to spread knowledge throughout China and the rest of the world? So obviously with that, girls, paper helped people be able to print, record, write information down. So literacy and education would have improved gradually as the use of paper spread. So that's a really significant point that I could be arguing about the impact of paper. So remember, my question is how has this invention had a profound impact on Chinese culture and society today? So I want to be thinking about, what paper could have done to change society. I may not know that because I haven't done any research. So you may not have that level of question yet, but you can certainly add questions like that as your research expands. Confucius. Who is Confucius? What were his educational teachings, his political teachings, his moral and ethical teachings? You might simply have what were his teachings to start off with, and then you might find that he had something to say on all different topics and all different facets of society, and so that you want to start breaking that down for yourself to make it easier into separate little areas. Why did he teach? How were his teachings received by Chinese society? What influence did he have on China? And what influence does he have on the world today? And Genghis Khan. Who was Genghis Khan? Where did he live? How did he achieve power? What kind of ruler was he? What were his views about law, politics, and religion? How did he affect Chinese society? What kind of influence has he had on China and all the world today? And again, something a little bit deeper that you might come across in your research. How did Genghis Khan improve China's relations with Western countries? So again, something you might add as your research develops. But these certainly are good examples of basic questions. So your first one's always going to be, who invented paper? Who is Confucius? Who was Genghis Khan? Really sort of simple questions that allow you to then flesh out your topic a little bit and dig a little bit deeper. Your homework, girls, is to do the KWI chart on the MySRC Research Hub. And you need to come to class on Monday with some focus questions written on your computer. So don't write them in your booklet. I want to approve them before you put them into your booklets. You and your partner will have the same focus questions in your booklets. So you can either work on them together, so Skyping or emailing each other this weekend, or have a go at writing some individually. And then I'm going to give you a few minutes on Monday morning to collate them together into something so that I can have a look at them. And then we can narrow them down as to which ones you're going to put in. But have a good go at this. I will be there to help you on Monday. I'm sorry we lose a lesson tomorrow due to the maths, but obviously that's very important too. So hopefully this lesson, sort of mini lesson, helped you. And I will talk to you on Monday and come around and check to make sure that everyone's on the right track so that we can actually get started on doing some research. So I will see you soon. Thank you.